Everybody knows that there is a climate change issue, and we all need to take our responsibility. We need to act now. At Deepki, what we do is to provide a SaaS platform to help investors to figure out what is the ESG performance and climate change impact of their portfolio, real estate portfolio, in order to transition towards the net zero economy. It's kind of crazy to see that the real estate industry stands for 36% of the CO2 emission in the world. And this industry has no clue, has no data to figure this out and to know how to leverage carbon reductions in their buildings. The second issue for the real estate industry to make it happen and to transition towards the net zero economy is to align interests between all stakeholders, property managers, asset managers, fund managers, tenants, so that everybody is aligned to reduce drastically the climate impact of the building. Several years ago at Deepki, we made our carbon footprint, and clearly we have a negative carbon footprint. We help our customers to reduce CO2 emissions way more than the emissions we have internally. However, exemplarity is key. That's the reason why 2 years ago we decided to be part of the B Corp initiative in order to implement what we advise our customer to do internally. It has been quite challenging, I have to say, 1 year to make it happen, but now we are here and we are keep improving things internally. I think that every business, every company, every situation is different, so it's very hard to give pieces of advice to people, but clearly in terms of impact, what I could share with others is try to ask yourself what you could do as a company internally to improve your ESG footprint, and try to think what you could improve to help your customers reduce their own impact.
Platform.sh is a French company with 350 employees with a global footprint. And what we do is we help digital teams to actually build and run and scale their web applications on the cloud. Our promise to them is they spend zero time managing the infrastructure. So we signed the Climate Act because we believe that today the digital footprint, the emissions of carbon from the digital activities is today more than 5% of total emissions. So it's more than aviation today, and it's growing faster than aviation. So we think that if we don't do anything, there's research showing that it can get to 15%, so we have to take our share and participate to the effort. And more importantly, they don't really have an action plan towards getting to lower emissions. Even if they understand the impact and the importance of the topic, they may not know how to do, and that's what we're trying to do with them. We're giving them some guidelines, some very actionable items, so they can actually work on their emissions and decrease them through using our services and on our consulting as well. So there's several best practices we can advise, but there's a few ones that are very actionable and very easy for everybody to take over. For instance, looking at where you actually run your data centers is one. It's very interesting to see that depending on the electric grid around the data centers, there's very, very big differences that can show up. So I would say, look at that in details, because it's not necessarily something that they would know, and that has a massive impact, sometimes 1 to 10, so you can actually decrease your carbon emissions by 10 times if you actually run your data center, if you choose a data center that runs in the right places. And second, I would say, it's very common in the IT industry to fix problems with throwing more hardware at problems, and this is probably something that we absolutely need to avoid in the future and today already. And using tools that enable to actually understand how you can actually improve performance without throwing more hardware at the problem. Tools like Blackfire, for instance, which is a company that we run at Platform.sh. This is a great way to actually decrease your emissions, and it's actually also good because it's saving costs. At the same time, it's better for the planet. So everybody wins.